And a very pleasant good afternoon. Well, say good evening to you wherever you are watching and listening on the internet. We welcome you live to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium in Wichita, Kansas, where tonight the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies will take on the homestanding Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles in the first of two matches to be played by these teams this year. And one of the matches will count for City League standings and one will not. I believe this is the one that will count for City League. So an important match tonight for your Northwest Grizzlies. Normally, first of all, I'm Kevin Arkin. Welcome aboard. Normally, I would not be on here first. We would be taking you directly to the Bobby Bribieska pregame show, and we will be doing that here very shortly. So we stay with us. We just want to welcome you and tell you that we are live for the very first time this year. We have finally got it right. And we are indeed live, and hopefully we will stay live throughout the evening as equipment is actually it is still being put together. It's a piecework tonight. The biggest piece of equipment that we needed was our computer, and we got that back on Friday and spent the weekend getting software on and getting it organized and getting things aligned so that we could at least bring you pictures tonight. We're going to try everything else and see how it goes. So stay with us, sit back. What you're seeing is the JV contest, or a little bit of it. And I will tell you that there's 6 minutes to go in the JV contest, and the Grizzlies lead Carroll 2-0 in this JV contest. Hopefully the varsity will fare as well here this evening. Sit back, relax. The Bobby Bribieska pregame show is next. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
Final score, they're 0, Northwest 2. Halftime, 20-minute break here. And the varsity game will be starting at about 7:10.
I forgot your AB's name. Frazier. Thank you. Mic check. And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you all over the internet. Thank you, Todd Taylor. And we are at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. A beautiful night, albeit very windy and kind of warm, actually, here in Wichita today. The temperature is right at 92 degrees at game time, and the wind is blowing out of the south. That will be from left to right as you're watching the field here on the internet, blowing left to right at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. It's been a stiff breeze all day, so the wind will definitely be a factor in this game, and the team with the wind in the first half is going to have a huge advantage as the wind is expected to die down shortly after sunset. Just to give you a little perspective as to where we are here, where the game is going to start 10 minutes late. They're running a little bit behind schedule with the JV contest. The Grizzlies won the JV contest 2-0 over the Golden Eagles, so we congratulate Tom Rhodes and his group of kids on a hard-fought win on the road here at Bishop Carroll High School. It will not be an easy challenge at all for the varsity, and the varsity coming off a huge moral victory. And I say moral because Cape and Mount Carmel is such a huge rivalry game for Northwest and always has been. And the rivalry actually goes back many, many years to the friendship between the late Alan Shepard and head coach Bobby Brybieska. They were the best of friends throughout their coaching careers. They coached together. They coached against one another. They refereed together, both high school, college, and professional. They were those of you who have been in Wichita long enough to know and to recognize the Wichita Wings. The Wings very often played their home games in front of Bobby and Alan Shepard as referees on the turf at the old Kansas Coliseum. So their friendship goes way back, and the rivalry just grew out of that friendship. And it's a game that the Grizzlies wanted to win very badly and needed to win very badly. They've been struggling going into that game. They struggled in the Titan, did not play well in most of the Titan, quite honestly. And in their first regular couple of non-league, non-Titan Classic games, were looking very sluggish, especially on offense. But they put it all together Thursday night. If you were there, you saw a great game, a great effort. They came from behind. Even though they led 1-0 at halftime, they trailed 2-1 5 minutes into the second half. But as Capon scored 2 goals within 60 seconds early on in that second half, about 4 to 5 minutes in. The Grizzlies could have folded and said, we'll play again another day, but no, they came back. They fought hard. They got Chris Navarrete got a tying goal to make the score 2-2, and then Ernesto Ortiz finished the scoring with the game winner with 4 minutes left, and then the defense hung on as Capon was pressing in front of Jose Gonzalez in goal for the Grizzlies as time expired. So a very hard-fought win, very well-deserved win, and a very well-played game. And as you hopefully heard Bobby during the pregame show, a very entertaining match to watch on Thursday night. And hopefully we brought our A team here tonight as well, and if we did, it should be a fun evening and a fun game to watch here. Bishop Carroll is regarded by most sources as the team to beat in the City League this year. They've already played Capon twice, and that's their big rivalry game. They played twice. They have a win and a tie against Capon Mount Carmel already. So they're finished with Capon for the year, and they will now take on the rest of the City League. And quite frankly, a big hunk of City League could be determined here in the next 2 hours here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Grizzlies come into today's play in first place in the City League by virtue of their win over Capon and the way the other teams fell. And I don't have the standings in front of me, so I can't rattle all of that off to you. But they are in first place right now in City League. Then if they win tonight, it's a big step toward the City League title for the Grizzlies. Lose tonight, and it's a big road to hoe coming back to win the City League, and in all likelihood, they would need some help from someone else. Someone else then would have to take care of Bishop Carroll. Just to give you an idea of how the live webcasts work, hopefully you've seen the ones we put in the can. These aren't all that much different, except that what you're seeing right now is the Grizzlies warming up. That is actually what is happening right now if you're watching this webcast live. Beg your pardon. There is no time delay to speak of watching this. You can watch the webcast live on any device that will stream the internet. And we will always have the link on the Facebook webcast page for the Grizzlies. You can go to @Grizzly Webcast from anywhere and find the link to the next game. That is going to be webcast. And since we do have a few minutes, not that I'm stalling for time, but quite frankly, I am stalling for time, as we're running a few minutes late. Now I'm joined by the other half of this crew, as Caleb Blaine has walked in, fresh off the field from the JV match. And bear with me one moment here. This is one of the disadvantages of live television, is that when you don't have a stagehand, is that I have to do some of this myself. So, put that on me. Turn this a little bit here. And Caleb, welcome aboard.
Hi.
You got to be saying something here. I'm not hearing you. Let's see if we can get you going here. We're not hearing you at all. At least I'm not. Oh, you know what? We should be able to hear you. Count to 3. Well, I am not hearing you in my headset. I am assuming that the world is hearing you on the internet. Okay? So right now you're talking to a potential audience of 6.5 billion people.
Really?
Okay? Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
This is bothering me that I cannot hear you. I'm probably missing a component here. I probably needed a splitter in my mixer that I didn't bring. So we're going to assume that we're hearing you. Okay? We're going to leave you mic tonight. Caleb will be running the camera tonight for us and providing color commentary. But since you just were on the field in the JV game, let's talk about the JV game. You won 2-0. Good job. Play much?
Yeah, I played quite a bit.
Did you? Now, what position do you play?
I played second base.
Okay. So, as a midfielder and as a freshman, you got you're in a unique situation because you're the future of the program. Okay. And I hate to say that because as the future for you develops, you won't be in here with me doing this. You're going to be on the field playing, and which is a good thing. But until that happens, we're certainly glad to have you here. How's school going?
It's going good. Having my first couple tests.
How'd that go?
They went pretty good.
Now I understand from Coach Burbieska that they're already turning in the grades. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you had to do a grade card or whatever?
Yeah. They teachers just sent out grades to the coaches.
Carroll Catholic High School. And we've got a great match for you as our boys team is taking on Wichita Northwest.
Mine are all A's and 1B right now.
All A's and 1B is awesome. All right, keep up the good work. I know Mom's proud of you. Mom and Dad are both proud of you, as are we. We like to think that soccer players are among the hardest working athletes in the classroom as well. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing for you. Folks, we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout so I can grab some material, and then we'll be back here with more of our pregame. We're about 7 minutes to introduction of the players. So stay with us. We'll be back here shortly. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer. And this did not go the way I wanted. Oh, yes, it did. I hope. If this is actually going out, this commercial is playing here is what's going out. We're not on the air. If this is not going out, everybody's hearing what I'm talking about. And I have no way to check that unless you have a cell phone. You can get Facebook on. Do you? If you can get Facebook on there, that'd be great. And welcome back to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Pre-game show. Kevin Arkin and Caleb Blaine with you. Now, what I need you to do, we're going to do some of this on the fly. We're doing a little bit of testing here. Grizzly webcast. You type in @Grizzly Soccer webcast. We're actually going to try and get the game on his cell phone. I can't do it on my cell phone because my cell phone's being used to send the game out. Now look for the link for this game. Should be near the top. That's the podcast of the other game. That's all games. Go to the home page here. Like that. Well, that's me. That's my home page, which is. You should be the link. You might be right. Okay, well, we're having fun here, folks, and I apologize to you for trying to do two things at once. No, that's it. All right. Well, while we're gonna check this one out. And while we're doing that, we're gonna take another quick 30-second timeout and get this done. So stay with us. This is Grizzly Boys Soccer. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Let's see. This will actually be about a minute and a half behind what we're doing. So yeah, if you get it going, just slow down. It looks like we're getting them warming up. You want to do me a favor too? Go next door and get the starters for Northwest. I don't care about ours. I can win ours. If you get them both, that'd be great. Yeah, starters for Carroll. And welcome back to the Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. We're about 4 minutes away here from the introduction of players.
They said they'll need it back in like about 4 minutes.
We're still waiting. Oh.
They said they'll need it back in about 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. You want to do me a favor? Take a highlighter, which I will give you, and highlight their starters.
Are their starters the one with X's? Or?
Yeah, the ones with X's. No, highlight them on here.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Freshmen are always, we're always learning. This is all part of the classroom, ladies and gentlemen. This is Caleb's first big flash with Major League Broadcast Media. So, while he's doing all that, I was starting before, when he first got here, I was about to tell you our upcoming schedule. We're at home Thursday against Wichita West, 5:15 for JV, 7 o'clock for varsity. That game will not be webcast, so come on out to Eric Prophet number 19 Soccer Complex and join the party at the soccer field as we take on the Pioneers of West High. 1 week from tonight, 1 week from today, we go to East High, and that will be a doubleheader day. We're going to bring you both ends of the doubleheader. We're going to bring you JV and varsity, and because East High does not have lights, varsity will play first. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 3:40 on Tuesday with the pregame show before the East High varsity game, and then immediately following the varsity game, JV will play. They'll play a full game or until it gets started, whichever comes first. And we will bring you that game in its entirety. So we'll be without Caleb for the second game, and I'll have to do both things myself and somehow. So that's our schedule for the next week. We've got a big busy schedule coming up. And then after the East game, a week from Thursday, South High comes into Northwest for a doubleheader as well. And then the following week, we have Bishop Carroll coming in on Tuesday, and then the team travels to North on Thursday, and that game will not be webcast, but they have no facilities to webcast from at North High. So upcoming webcasts, though, do include the East doubleheader next Tuesday, and then on the 10th of October, we're going to go to Manhattan and bring you both ends of that doubleheader from Manhattan High School. And that will be the last road game before playoffs begin. And the playoff schedule is undetermined, but the plan right now is to bring you any playoff games that are not at home for as long as they last. We're going to take a quick time out here because we're really going to test this. So stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzly Boys Soccer. Now, let's look to see if this commercial pops up. I hear my voice, so I know this is going out. I just want to see if this is going out. And something tells me it's not. Because I think if this goes out, it should appear here. And back to Bishop Carroll, getting ready for the introductions of the players. And it still might be a minute away yet. Okay, so just kind of hang in there. If it doesn't work, we're not sure that that our video clips are working. That's what we're trying to test. We're not sure that is actually working. So we're going to turn it over to, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear the PA announcer from in here or not for the introductions. I can sure hear the music. Let's see when he starts talking here. We'll see if we can pick him up with the mic. If we can, we'll give the floor to him and give him some love. And the starting lineups come out.
Good evening and welcome to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium for this varsity soccer matchup between our visitors from Northwest and your home team, Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles. At this time, we please ask you to stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Afterwards, please remain standing for our prayer.
Feeding back.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Bless also the families and friends gathered here with a true sense of community. May we all run the race so as to win, and come to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, patroness of the Diocese of Wichita, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And that is the Star Spangled Banner and the opening prayer here at Bishop Carroll High School. We're going to take it here and do the introductions of the players from here, and we will start with your Grizzlies. In goal, number 0 tonight is Jose Gonzalez. Jose, the junior, normally a midfielder, in goal for the third consecutive game. Daniel Rivas will start on defense, number 4. Number 6 is Jairo Ornelas. He will play up front. Philly Pinion will be up there with him, number 7. Also back on defense is Bryce Harmon, number 8. Number 10 is Hayden Roberts, a midfielder. And number 11, the captain on defense, Josh Benoit. 14, with his hand up there, is Blake Hart. And the captain on forward, Ernesto Ortiz. Number 50 is also starting tonight, and he was questionable prior to today's game because of an injury. McRae Rhodes, another captain, number 16. And finally, number 18, Vicente Viramoya at midfield, rounds out the starting lineup for the Crusaders. Starting for the Golden Eagles, number 00, Braden Huslick is in goal, a junior. Number 8, Cesar Abera Soto, a senior, will play it forward along with Christian Treviso wearing number 9. Corbin Howard, the big striker and the big gun for this team on offense. He is a senior forward. He is wearing number 10. We'll be calling his number a lot here today. Dawson Lee, wearing number 13, playing midfield as a senior. Kyle Linsner, senior defender, number 16. Another senior defender, Ryan Griffin, number 17. Alec Vivas, wearing number 19, is a senior defender. You may hear the commonality here. A lot of seniors in this starting lineup for Bishop Carroll. Ryan Siratsky, number 22, is a midfielder. He's a senior. Carson Lee, a junior midfielder, number 23. And finally, Skylar Stuckey, a midfielder who is also, of course, a senior. Bishop Carroll is coached by Mike Skaggs. He's assisted by Greg Rock, Dan Berry, and Luke Whitty. Your Grizzlies are coached by Bobby Rubieska, and Coach Rubieska is assisted by Tom Rose and by Art Shook. Ryan Otten is the center referee tonight. I do not recognize the other two guys from here, so I cannot tell you who they are. But we are assured of a well-officiated game here tonight from Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. Getting ready for the opening kickoff here.
We have Brian Houghton. And on the sides, we have Tyler Super and Scott Trueltox.
The two guys on the side are indeed two guys I do not know, and I did not hear the names. They just got introduced. I couldn't catch either name, so we'll try and get you that information as we go along here this evening. That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, there goes it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We're monitoring the game as well as are all of you, and I know we just had a stream interruption on Caleb's phone, so if we're cutting in and out, we apologize for that. We couldn't be any closer to a cell tower than we are now. There's a cell tower literally 150 feet from where we're sitting, so because they have one here on the football field, so we cannot have bad signal from here. So it's just that webcasting takes a lot out of everything, and that's just what we have to do. So now I'm trying to get the graphic up, and I'm not having a problem with that. Well, this worked when we were testing. Now it's not working. Come on, you. Get up there. There we go. Just had to beat on it a little bit to get it going. Northwest in their road blues with yellow numerals and white trim. They will play from right to left. They are playing into the wind in this first half. The wind is supposed to die down by halftime, so this is a major advantage for Bishop Carroll playing in their all-white uniforms with green numerals and yellow and green trim. All set to go here, and we are underway here at Bishop Carroll with our first live webcast of the year. And again, we thank you for joining us. Bishop Carroll throws it in very quickly. The benches are on the other side of the field, and one of the things that Caleb doesn't know that he's responsible for is that when people line up to sub, he has to take the binoculars sitting directly in front of him and find out who they are. Okay. So that we can get you some accurate information. It is a long way over there. Sun has almost gone down already. The sun has actually gone behind a cloud bank. There is some weather that is supposed to move in later tonight. There's a chance of rain. It will not rain during the contest in all likelihood. There's Most of the sky is still blue. Carroll sends one forward. McRae Rhodes gets a boot on it. And Blake Arndt fighting for it over there. One back there by Carroll. And over on the near side it comes. Philly Pinion blocks that pass. And now it's kicked out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. Josh Benoit will do the honors here. He sends one in, and back it comes for the Eagles, and Vicente Veramoya sends one into the Bishop Carroll bench. Bishop Carroll Family Stadium sports a multi-purpose artificial surface field used for football and soccer both. The football markings are in white. Unfortunately, the soccer markings are in black, and they're very, very difficult to see, especially with the camera. The camera does not pick up the markings well, so we will do our best to keep you informed as to where we are on the field, and I will take advantage of the football numerals or football yard markers as well as we go forward. Hayden Roberts now with it, looking to get some help, dishes it off to Dan Rivas. Rivas over here to Benoit on the near side, Benoit to Pinion. And now Pinion trying to split two defenders, does so. Rivas gets it, sends one up to Philly Pinion at midfield. I'm sorry, that's Ernesto Ortiz at midfield. Ernesto was sporting an injury, suffered in the last game, and when we interviewed Bobby for the pregame show the other night, he was questionable for tonight. So it is good to see him out there starting. Just underway, no score. Bishop Carroll and Northwest in the battle for first place. Winner will be in first place when the night is over. There is a traffic jam at the top of the City League. Eastlick has it for Carroll, and we'll dish it off on the switcheroo. So far, both teams just feeling each other out. There's really been no buildup of any kind to speak of. Ball being played around at midfield by both teams. Now over on the near side it comes. Philly Pinion has one bounce off Josh Benoit out of play. It'll be a throw in for Carroll, and that will be taken by Kyle Listner. He throws it in, gets it right back. Now give and go. Ryan Griffin with it. And he sends one across to Ryan Sarachi. Long pass. Rivas gets there first. Can't clear it. It's controlled there by Carroll. And now a long one. This is going to go either over the goal line or it's going to be a goal kick for Northwest. Jose Gonzalez will get it and set it up. Looks like he'll take it himself. Angel Soto still injured. He suffered a pretty bad leg injury, ankle injury in the Titan Classic. And is, to the best of my knowledge, he's not even dressed tonight. And Mason Klum also on the also in the hospital ward tonight, still nursing his injury. So once again, Jose Gonzalez is in the nets for the Grizzlies, and he has done a great job back there. He played goal last in elementary school a long time ago. So, and to have to come into it, he came into a game totally unprepared. There's a long shot right at Gonzalez. And the first save of the game is recorded by the junior for Northwest. Out to center it comes. Hope you're enjoying the live pictures from Bishop Carroll. I have been awaiting this day for quite some time and was most disappointed when our equipment went down right before the Titan Classic. That was not what I had hoped for. Blake Arndt now at the 15, sends one over to Ernesto. Ernesto sends one over the goal line. Was that deflected? It was. It is a corner kick for the Grizzlies, and McRae Rhodes heads over to take it from the far corner. The only vantage point, the only view you will not get here from where we are in the press box, we cannot get the camera to see the corners on this side of the field. So we'll just have to tell you what's going on when there are corner kicks on our side of the field. That's because of the window frames that we're in. And I actually gave consideration to taking the camera outside and setting it up in the first bleachers and just running wires down there to Caleb. But it was so windy that the wind was going to cause us problems. So we'll just have to go with 98% of the field being covered tonight. 7 minutes gone here, first half. Rivas lets it go all the way back to Gonzalez, and Jose will make a goalkeeper distribution here. And out it comes towards center where Bishop Carroll controls it. Oh, you bring me my lunch?
Right, there you go.
Someone just walked in here with a bag from Sunday.
You'll have to share.
Do you know her?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Is that your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, God, love her. After the game, I want to meet your mom.
Okay.
We've communicated some, but she seems like a very nice lady.
Yeah.
Northwest with the ball here at the 30. Sending it up to midfield. Ernesto has it. And he sends a long one for Pinion. Can he win the foot race? Keeps it in bounds, chips it forward, gets in front of his man. Can he center one? He does, and his shot goes over the goal line off the foot of Blake Arndt. It will be a... What are we going to get here? I guess maybe the defender cleared that, not Blake Arndt. So I'm going to take that one back. And we will have McRae Rhodes going over here to the near side now to take the corner kick. This corner kick will go into the wind, which is blowing about 20 miles an hour out of the south. Into the center of the penalty area it goes, and it's cleared out by Carroll. Out to center, Hayden Roberts giving chase over there. Wins it, now loses it. And here comes Bishop Carroll back 2-on-4. With the ball is Stuckey. Stuckey gets around one man trying to get a shot off. Now passes it instead. And here's a shot deflected, and it's going to be an easy pickup for Jose Gonzalez off the foot of Corbin Howard. And that's what you want to see. You want to see the Grizzlies deflecting anything that he takes a shot with. That guy is super big. Blake Arndt with it now, and he tips it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Carroll. Nice crowd on hand tonight. We're sitting right behind the Bishop Carroll student section, which is pretty full. The Northwest fans, rather, they're the faithful is the word I'm trying to get out. They're to our right, and they're down about 3 sections from here, down around the 10-yard line. So we're not going to hear anything from them until someone scores a goal tonight. All I can say, Caleb, is my mom didn't bring me dinner tonight. Back in play we go. Now it's chipped out by Carroll. It'll be a throw-in for Josh Benoit at his 25-yard line is where he'll do it. Beautiful facility here at Bishop Carroll. One of the nicer football stadiums, if not the nicest football stadium in the city of Wichita at the high school level. Just beautiful facility. I know some people at Trinity might argue with that. They do have a very nice facility. Nice pass forward here, Stuckey with it. Can't get through 2 people, so he dishes it off. Now there's another long shot and a save by Gonzalez. It goes over the goal line. But a great save and a round of applause for both the shooter and the goalie from this big crowd here at Bishop Carroll. And it will be a corner kick for the Golden Eagles from the near side. And it comes top of the key. There's a shot on the volley, and it's trapped. Now it's loose, and now it's finally cleared by the Grizzlies, and it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in, and that was certainly dangerous as Cesar Abera-Soto was right there. Actually, that was Christian Treviso who was standing at the top of the goal area. There's a header off the post and in. Bishop Carroll gets first blood here on the header. And who else but Corbin Howard? He's a one-man army. Bobby Burbieska has warned us about that. And it's 1-0 Carroll here with 12 minutes gone in the first half. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer. With Caleb Blaine, Kevin Arkin with you. Bishop Carroll has just scored on a nice header by Corbin Howard. And then following the kickoff, the Grizzlies immediately drove the length of the field, and Blake Arndt had a shot go deflected over the goal line. It will be a corner kick for the Grizzlies. And it comes in to Ernesto, but he's unable to control it. Now cleared out and out of play. It's going to go into the Grizzly bench. Oops. Benoit with it. I'm sorry, Hayden Roberts with it. Excuse me. Trying to get it to Benoit. Down he does. Josh out there by himself. Got a little bit of room with which to work. And a chip over here to Philly Pinion. It's tapped out of play, but it will belong to Northwest. And Josh Benoit's going to throw it into McRae Rhodes. McRae sends it back to Dan Rivas. And Rivas sends one across to Baith Abdullah. Now Carroll wins it back. And here they come again. Grizzlies trail 1-0. Can't argue with that goal, though. It was a pretty goal. And I know that Caleb got great pictures of it for you. If you're watching this live, we welcome you. If you're watching this on the podcast, we welcome you as well. The podcast will stay up, linked to the Facebook page. Generally, the podcast will take 12 hours or so to actually get fully live and fully uploaded. But all the games that we've done so far this year, our podcasts are all on the Facebook page. You can go back and watch any of them. Carroll throwing it in here. And it comes toward the center. And tapped out of play that time by, I believe that was tapped out of play by Bryce Harmon. I'm going to give him credit for the defense in any case. But Carroll controls, which is not something you want. You don't want Carroll. You don't want your opponent controlling the ball, the flow of the ball and the flow of the game. And right now they are. Stuckey with it. He'll send it back. And Philly Pinion gets a foot on it, but clears it directly to another white shirt. So here we go again. Over on the far side. And we go out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Bishop Carroll, and they're going to make their first substitution. And I know Caleb didn't look, so I will. Maybe. I have no idea who that is. It's very difficult to wear new binoculars when you're wearing glasses. Who is that rascal?
Couldn't get it.
Well, we'll just tell you that Carroll brought in somebody, and we'll leave it at that. This ball goes out of play. It will belong to the Grizzlies. Yes, it is the Grizzly ball. Josh will throw it in right in front of us. We are sitting on the 49-yard line. We have the best view in the building. And we sure want to thank the new AD here at Bishop Carroll, Tyler Frazier, for his hospitality. He picked up right where the retired Larry Doster left off. And we wish Larry well and send him a big shout out if he's watching tonight. Actually, we'll send him a big shout out whether he's watching or not. Carroll with it. This one goes out of play. It'll belong to the Golden Eagles. Stuckey will throw it in. And it comes over to Dawson Lee. And he gets a long blast off, but that goes over everything. And it will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is brought to you in part through the support of Tom and Carla Lassiter and the law firm of Fleeson Dewey, Colson and Kitch, 301 North Main in Wichita. Also brought to you by Aerotech Engineering and by the families of Joe and Judy Coughlin, Bob Prophet, Chris and Jan Shoemaker, all of whom are proud supporters of Grizzly Soccer. Back underway, Bishop Carroll controlling it, sending a chip over everything. And it's headed over the goal line for a corner kick for the Eagles. 21 minutes and change remaining here in the first half. Grizzlies trail 1-0 on a goal by who else? Corbin Howard. That one bounding around in front of the goal. It finally gets cleared and it will go out of play. But that's not a bad play to get it away from the area in front of Gonzalez. We'll have a throw-in coming here. There's a substitution happening on that play for Bishop Carroll as Kyle Linster comes back in for the Eagles. Blake aren't with it now. They'll send it back, and a long one forward in the direction of Ortiz is intercepted by Kinster. Actually, Listener is what I meant to say. I'm also at a disadvantage because I got the Carroll roster 5 minutes before kickoff. So I did not have a chance to memorize names and numbers. So I'm doing a little bit of reference, and now it's getting dark in here. And that's going to make it difficult. I don't know if this light's going to mess up the camera. Let's see. Yeah, probably not. We'll just turn on some light here. shed a little light on the subject. Well, it makes it harder for me to see because there's things glaring off the glass. I may have to open my window as well. The wind is starting to die down, but it's still blowing pretty strong out of the south, so the Eagles have the advantage of the big wind. Past the halfway point here in half number 1 as we have 19 to go. And back it goes to Husley. He's back there in his own zip code, all alone back there. Bishop Carroll controlling play now. What they are known for. But it only takes one opportunity for the Grizzlies to tie this thing up. So they need to be patient and knowing that their time will come. There's Baith Abdullah with it. He's going to, if he sends it forward, he's got a problem. He did not. That was good because Blake Arndt was caught off there offside. But didn't matter. And the throw-in will belong to the Northwest Grizzlies. That one cleared out again and goes into the stands on the far side. And if you look at the stands, if you're looking at your picture and you see empty bleachers over there, that's intentional. Spectators here are not allowed to sit on the same side as the players. They have to sit opposite the players. So there are no spectators over there. The only people over there besides the teams are some people in the press box over there. However, we elected to take the new press box instead of the old one. Oh, and there's a weak pass is intercepted by Stuckey. Here come the Eagles back. 30, 25, 20. Give and go back to Stuckey. Now he's going to dish it off. Dawson Lee with it. Lee gets rid of it. And the advantage of numbers working working against Northwest, And a clear out of play. It'll be a throw-in there for Bishop Carroll, and they take it very quickly. Grizzlies have a couple players at the line waiting to come in, and I believe Tristan Mathers is one of them. Can't tell from here who the other one is. I recognize Tristan from the steer dude. Dan Rivas with it for the Grizzlies. Stuckey. Going to be Carroll's ball on a foul. I didn't see what that was called. It will be a direct kick. So Carroll has options here as to what they can do. And they do a little toe tap. Stuckey takes a left-handed blast over everything for a Northwest goal kick. This portion of today's webcast being brought to you in part by Dugan and Giroux Attorneys at 940 North Tyler Road here in Wichita, and by Gecko Painting, Gecko Painting Incorporated. Danny and Grizzly alum Stacy Higgins, now of Olathe, Kansas.
It's Brandon. Yeah.
Are proud supporters of Grizzly Nation on the World Wide Web. Caleb, you're trying to get my attention. You can talk into that thing.
Yeah, it's Brandon. That subbed in.
Brandon Alfaro just subbed in. Thank you. Brandon Alfaro in the game now for the Grizzlies at midfield. And the rest of the lineup still the same.
With the change, Tristan came in too.
I know they heard it, but I didn't.
Tristan came in too for right mid.
Tristan Mathers also into the game for the Grizzlies, so I did recognize his hairdo. Coach Berbieska trying to get Keep some fresh legs moving around in there. And Stuckey's going to get a left foot on it. There's another blast and a save by Gonzalez. I tell you what, Stuckey's got a gun for a foot there. And that shot on net, but Gonzalez right there ready for it. Made a relatively easy-looking save on the shot off the foot of Skylar Stuckey. Carroll coming right back now, winning the ball back. Controlling the ball is not what we want them to do. There's a long chip looking for a header in the direction over there of Christian Treviso. There's a shot and a save by Gonzalez. Loose ball, and it's cleared away by Abdullah. It'll go out, and it will be a throw-in as it went out in front of the flag. But that was dangerous. And once again, we had the Golden Eagles flirting with another goal. Now this one goes over the goal line for a goal kick. Webcast also being brought to you in part by Regional Contractors at 1313 North Webb Road, Foresight Capital, and the FC Wichita Soccer Club, thanking Wichita for their support this past soccer season and looking forward to next year. Find out more at www.fcwichita.com. That's FrankCharlieWichita.com, FC Wichita Soccer. Carroll has something going here from the 10-yard line. There's a shot blocked by Rivas. Out it comes towards center, and nice job by Blake Arndt to intercept that one. Hayden Roberts will do something. He's going to send it all the way back to Gonzalez. Jose sends it up. And a pass out to center now, intended for Ortiz, is intercepted by Carroll, and here come the Eagles back. Still controlling it. This one is deflected, and Gonzalez will have an easy pickup. Well, I was hoping to have Father Sam Brand as our halftime guest tonight, but he's not here. He did not do the opening prayer. So it'll be Caleb and me at halftime. And the fans don't like that call, giving the ball to... I don't like something. I don't know what they're complaining about. Carroll got the ball, and it's the Carroll fans complaining. But this one goes out of play. It'll belong to the Grizzlies, and Josh Benoit will take the throw in here. Grizzlies down, 1-0. If you just joined us, welcome aboard. You are watching Grizzlies Soccer live on the internet. We are at Bishop Carroll High School and at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, where the Grizzlies and the Golden Eagles are fighting it out for first place in the City League. Winner will claim first place to themselves. There's a long one. And a nice pass it was, too. Are we going to get a shot away? No. Iro couldn't get the shot off, but a great pass by Abdullah to get it to him. And then Bite followed his own ball into the play, but it's all for naught as the ball goes out of play. And actually, they called a foul here on Northwest. It'll be a free kick for Bishop Carroll. McRae Rose as it fall to his feet. Mather sends it up, and it's too long for Hyro, and then he kind of gave up on it. I think if he hadn't given up on it, he'd have had a chance to win that back. As it turns out, it is Carroll's ball, and they will begin the process of working the ball back upfield. They are at center now. At halftime, we're going to talk about the about funding for Grizzly soccer as Gonzalez makes a nice save on a long blast. That came off the foot of Soto. Out of play it goes. It'll belong to Carroll. Bishop Carroll in their home whites. Northwest in their road blues. And Carroll making a substitution as Kyle Linsner comes out, and he is replaced by Ryan Griffin, who had gone out earlier. Nice stop that time by Blake off his back. And he maintains control of the ball for the moment. Sends one up to Hyro, but it's intercepted there. And here comes Carroll back 3-on-6. And the ball cleared. This is going to go out of play. This will actually go into the coaching staff over there. The coaching staff is holding court right at the 30-yard line. Coaches Gribieska, Rhodes, and Shook contemplating the next move for this team. Nice clear that time. Hayden Roberts has it. He's it for Benoit. Benoit sends it to center, but nobody there except Griffin. And there's a long blast by Corbin Howard, but it's wide to the left.
It wasn't so much of a blast.
It will be a goal kick for Gonzalez. Coming with 7:45 remaining here in the first. Your phone go to sleep?
Yep.
Yeah. If I had another power patch for that, actually, I might have one in my bag. And a foul called over the back. It'll belong to Northwest. Rhodes sends a long one forward for Hyro. And this one's going to get popped straight up. And who's going to win this? It won't be Blake. And Carroll will come back. Blake really never had much of a chance at that. This one goes out of play at the scorer's table. Although the scorer's table is actually next door to us. But back out here it comes to the goalkeeper, Husley. And that's the first time he's touched the ball in quite a while. This one goes all the way back to Gonzalez. He thought about picking it up, decided instead to dish it off. Rivas will send it to the 25, where McRae Rhodes has it, has his pass intercepted. Abdullah gets back in there to get a piece of it. And over on the far side, here come the Grizzlies back. Grizzlies are unable to mount much of an offense here in the early going of this game.
Philly comes on.
Philly Pinion just came back in. Who else is out there? Chris Navarrete in the game for the first time. He came into the game on Thursday night and 30 seconds later tied it up on a beautiful goal. Maybe we'll get lucky again. He can do the same thing. Navarrete, number 12. Carroll kicking the ball around midfield, not really doing much. I guess they're looking for an opening. And they may have just found one there that the ball is now worked forward. And taken away there by the Grizzlies, and Rivas will send it back to midfield. Navarrete got a header on it. But it's one controlled by the Golden Eagles, and here they come back. 4.5 to go. Grizzlies trail 1-0. Centering pass and a shot. This is going to go over everything as well, and it will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. This portion of today's webcast is brought to you in part through the support of Smith Construction. Smith Construction Company, supplying their customers with cost-effective, high-quality metal structures and outstanding services since 1967. Check them out at 942-7989. That's area code 316-942-7989. Here's one coming in toward Gonzalez. In trouble on a loose ball, and Abdullah gets it cleared out to center. Ernesto can't keep a foot on it and control it, so it's going to be one back there by Carroll, and they'll take it in the center circle and start it all over again. There's a long one down the far side. Chris Navarrete unable to control it as it's tapped out of play by Carroll. It belonged to the Grizzlies. Get throw in over there. Looks like Mathers is going to throw it in. And Hayden Roberts gets it for the Grizzlies. Billy Pinion was open, but he couldn't control the bounce. Thank you, AstroTurf. And instead it goes back to Husley and Braden Husley. We'll have a goalkeeper distribution with 3 minutes remaining. Carroll splits two defenders there. Over here to Stuckey on the near side. Stuckey centering one. Chipped and cleared away by Rivas, but not for far. Now here's a tough ball, 50-50, and it's won by Gonzalez, and he punches it all the way to the 50-yard line. He wasted no time and no foot, and into the wind, I might add, folks. So there's still a stiff breeze out there. Jose Gonzalez has a gun for a left foot or for a right foot.
Yes, sir.
Over on the near side, 2-on-1. Carroll comes out with it. Centering one to Brad Husley, the younger brother of, actually, they may be twins, because they're both juniors. Or they could be cousins. Or maybe kind of just forget it. Just say they had the same last name.
Yeah.
But in all likelihood, they're related.
Yeah.
Throw in. Comes in and out. And it will belong to Bishop Carroll. Stuckey throws it in. And there's a shot. Wow, he's got a gun too. Corbin Howard ripped one. And if blocked by the defense out of play, we'll do it all over again now. Less than a minute remaining. Into the penalty area it comes. Here's a possible shot. No, he whiffed on it. Carroll still controls, however. Centering pass to Husley. And now there's one and a shot and a save by Gonzalez. And Gonzalez has been stellar so far in goal in this game. There was no way he was going to stop that header. It was taken from 2 feet in front of the right post. Ortiz leaves one. And now one for Navarrete into the corner. Can he win the ball and control it? And it goes over the goal line. It will be a, what's it going to be? It's going to be a goal kick, and it doesn't matter because we are at halftime, folks.
Halftime score. Bishop Carroll 1.
At halftime, 1-0. Bishop Carroll over the Grizzlies. We're going to take a We're going to take a quick time out here, 30 seconds or so, and then we'll be back here with our halftime extravaganza live from Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer. Can I have my drink?
Yep.
Thanks. Looks like the pictures are okay.
Yeah.
Some updates from around Bishop Carroll. Last Saturday, our varsity boys soccer team beat the defending 2016 5A champions.
Pictures are good, but I don't think any of this is going out.
No, I don't think
So when I do the, I'll splice it in when we do the podcast. And we welcome you back to Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, along with Caleb Wayne, Kevin Arkin with you. 1-0. The Grizzlies trail the Golden Eagles here at halftime of this game. We had hoped to have, as I mentioned earlier, we had hoped to have Father Sam Brand join us because he was a marvelous halftime guest last year. But he's not at the game tonight. He has duty elsewhere, so he's not able to join us. We don't have a halftime interview in the can. We were lucky to get everything put together so we could actually get a webcast going tonight. We still have a lot of work to do to recover from the computer crash that beset us some 3 weeks ago. We only got the computer back from Louisville for 4 days. So we did the best we could do in 4 days. And we hope you're enjoying the pictures of this game so far, even if you're not enjoying the result here at halftime. Let's talk about, again, we'll quickly talk about our schedule, our upcoming schedule. Thursday night, we're home. The West High Pioneers will come into Eric Prophet, number 19 Memorial Soccer Complex for a doubleheader. JV game will start at 5:15. You can go out and see Caleb Blaine lead the way in that one. Okay, lead the team on to victory over the Pioneers. And we have the ball boys down below us are throwing candy in the crowd. That's what all that is. JV 5:15 on Thursday, and then the varsity contest will commence at 7 o'clock. Home games are not webcast, so come on out and cheer on your Grizzlies at Northwest on Thursday night. Next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, we go to East High. East High, we will play a doubleheader, and we are going to webcast both ends of the doubleheader for you. East High has no nights. They have no lights. So the varsity game will kick off at 4 o'clock at East High. We will be on the air at 3:40 on Tuesday. 3:40 with the pregame show live from East High. Then we'll show you both ends of that doubleheader. Then we're home for a while. We've got South High on Thursday, a week from Thursday on the 28th. They come to Northwest. And then on the 3rd, the Grizzlies will entertain the same Bishop Carroll Golden Eagles at their place. And that is a non-league contest. That is a replacement game for, they originally had a game scheduled with Emporia, and Emporia had to withdraw because of scheduling problems. So Bishop Carroll picked up an additional game. On October the 5th, we will travel to North High. Same deal as at East, no lights, so the varsity will kick off at 4, followed immediately by the JV game. No webcast from North High as they have no facilities from which to webcast at their field. So they have no press box on their field and no electricity on their field. They do have a nice turf field, though. Then on the 10th of October, that's a Thursday, we travel to, I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. Yes, I'm wrong. We travel to Manhattan on the 10th for a 6:15, let me start over. We're going to do a double header. I'm not saying this call. We're going to go on the 10th to Manhattan and bring you both ends of the doubleheader. JV will play first at 4:30. We will kick off. We will be on the air with the pregame show at 4:10 on October the 10th. With a pregame show for the JV game, and then that will be immediately followed by the pregame show for the varsity game and the varsity contest. So we invite you all to kick back and grab a bag of chips and watch both ends of the doubleheader, both at East High and at Hatton. And we're sure happy to do that and give our JV squad some love here as we go through the season. The Manhattan game is our last road game and our last regular season webcast of the year. We have 2 more home games, one a non-league contest against Mays on the 12th. That's a Thursday, 5:15 and 7. And then Heights will come in for the season finale, and that'll be senior night on the 17th, Tuesday the 17th. Games at 5:15 and 7 o'clock. And again, that will be the senior night festivities. Immediately following that, the playoffs will begin. We will, depending on where we play, if we play at home, we will not webcast. We will webcast any road game where there are facilities available to do so within reason. And if we go to Dodge City, I don't think I'm going to be able to make that trip. But we'll see what happens as we get closer. You never know. I may just be able to burn an extra day of vacation for that trip. I'm going to jump in here with Caleb. Caleb, the JV and C teams just finished up the tournament. Tell us about that.
It was fun. JV, we played real good. The games kept getting canceled, and not canceled, but delayed because of rain. And a couple games, it was just one game against Mays. We went to penalties, and because they delayed it, so they just called penalties. And we won 4-3 in penalties. And then we went to Washburn, and they're a really tough team. They're really good. And
which team was the second one?
Washburn.
Washburn, okay.
And
they are tough. There's no question.
And this is the championship, and we can play Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday morning, and then mid-morning. And then, we were just tired by then, and they were ready to play, and they gave enough to us.
Well, one of the good things about that tournament is it gives you an opportunity to get some real good playing time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it gives everybody on the team a chance to get time on the field. And, practice is great. You learn the game in practice, but it's nice to get out there on the field and get some actual game experience, if you will. And those tournaments are good for that, not only for your team, but for all the others. And how many teams were in this tournament?
I'm not sure. There were quite a few.
If memory serves me right, there were 24 schools that came into this tournament. So, Coach Bobby was very busy, obviously, putting everything together with that and getting that done. But a good tournament, and he did tell me that you guys had to fight one.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday in particular, it rained on the west side. It's a funny thing. It rained on the west side. We had thunder and lightning on the west side, thunderstorms on the west side. And on my house on the east side, it didn't rain a drop.
Really?
Not a drop.
Wow.
So it was just all west side localized. Wichita does that sometimes, where instead of getting a general rain, it'll be very localized downpours, and it just happened to be on your tournament.
The weird thing about that weather was it'd be all calm, and then it'd just start pouring and pouring, and then it'd get calm, and then you'd see lightning, and then it'd start pouring. It was a crazy day.
We are at halftime. We're going to take one last quick time out here, whether these things are working or not. We're still going to take the time out. And then we'll be back with the second half, so stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer. And we are back here at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium. The Grizzlies have taken the field. They will play from left to right here in the second half of this contest. They will have the wind at their back, and as I lean out and look at the flag is still stiff. There's a nice wind at their back, so advantage Northwest here in the second half. And if you look at Blake Arndt's uniform there, you can see his shorts and shirt are both blowing in the wind. So there is plenty of wind out there here in the second half. 1-0 the score. The only score of the game came for Bishop Carroll, and it came off the head of Corbin Howard as he deflected one in with his noggin from just outside the right goalpost. Gonzalez had no chance on that one at all. Other than that, I would say Gonzalez has played extremely well in the nets here in the first half, and has done a good job to keep the score 1-0. Certainly within reach for the Grizzlies. Bishop Carroll will kick off. Carroll wearing their white home uniforms, and Northwest in their road blues. They're looking for a ball here. They had an underinflated ball that they threw out. Now Brian Otten is happy with the ball. Yeah, it looks like it bounces real well. So here he'll be ready, blowing his whistle here to start play in just a second or two. And we'll be back at it here in this battle for first place. And a quick throw in now for the Grizzlies on the near side. That ball thrown in by Bryce Harmon, number 8. No real changes since the starting lineup. The starters are all in there for the Grizzlies, all the way back to Jose Gonzalez. Your back line has Bryce Harmon on it, Baith Abdullah, Dan Rivas. Who am I missing? Vicente Viramoya back there. Now it looks like we have a corner kick coming for the Grizzlies. And hustling over to take it on the near side will be McRae Rhodes. And we're sorry you're not going to get to see it, because he's just out of sight of the camera. But he'll have the wind at his back on this one, so this could be a big play here. He gets it up in the air too far. It's going to go over everybody. Now it's headed back by Arndt in front of the goal. And they tried to get it to McRae Rhodes, but it's going to go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. And McRae will handle this one himself. Into Ernesto. Ernesto gets around a man, beats him, dishes one forward here to Jairo, and unfortunately Huslet gets to the ball before he can pass it off. And it will be a goalkeeper distribution for Bishop Carroll. Out it comes. Philly Pinion adding pressure, gets the ball, sends it forward. Still fighting for it over there. And finally cleared toward forward. Baith Abdullah wins it for the Grizzlies. Now Dan Rivas goes up, and a foul is called. Dangerous play on Dan Rivas. He had his foot way too high. And it will be a restart for the Golden Eagles. They bring it across midfield, and now they're pressing 6-on-6. A long one up there trying to get it to Corbin Howard. What a surprise that is. This one will go out of play. It'll cross the goal line for a goal kick for Northwest. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is being brought to you in part today by ACM Removal Kansas, LLC, specializing in mold remediation and asbestos detection and removal services. Over 45 years of experience, they have the experience and expertise to provide full professional services done right the first time. ACM Removal Kansas is located at 8610 East 34th Street, Suite number 2. Give them a call, 684-1800. ACM Removal Kansas, a proud sponsor of Grizzly Soccer on the World Wide Web. And here's Carroll with something going. Giving and going, and Rivas clears it, but right to a white shirt. Now there's a shot and a score. Ball got through the wickets of Jose Gonzalez.
Bishop Carroll, number 35.
Off the foot of Skylar Stuckey, his big left foot blast makes it 2-0.
Number 22, Ryan Sorocki.
And they're going to give the assist on that one to Ryan Sorocki. So Stuckey from Sorocki, 3.5 minutes into the second half. And now the Grizzlies are in a hole, down by 2. Grizzlies kick off. And here comes Corbin Howard. He blows by 3 guys. Still has the ball. He's got great foot skills. And when he loses the ball, it's because it went out of play, so they'll throw it in. And here we go with a Carroll is pushing hard now. And see, they can afford to do that up by 2. Stuckey again. He leaves it, but leaves a weak pass, and it's going to be intercepted there and taken by the Grizzlies. Philly Pinion with it. And he kicks one out of play. It'll belong to Bishop Carroll. Goals by Corbin Howard and Skylar Stuckey make it a 2-0 contest here. We are just into the second half. The JV game ended 2-0. Grizzlies on top of that one. We congratulate Tom Rhodes and the junior varsity squad. The future of Grizzly soccer. Hayden Roberts sends one over to the far side, now centering one. And that ball deflected out of play by Baith Abdullah. It will be a throw in for Bishop Carroll. And handling the chore will be Christian Treviso. You know, all these seniors, this is a senior-laden lineup for Bishop Carroll. They have 9 of their starters are seniors. So they have a lot of experience behind the ball here, and they'll have to do a major reload next year after all these guys are gone. Abdullah with it at the 40, now to the 35, sends one forward. Ernesto over here to the near side it comes. Harmon with it, and it goes out of play. That should belong to Bishop Carroll, and it does. Carroll will throw it in. Harmon playing it tight. I think Coach Berbieska said something about a little more tight pressure defensively, because they seem to be marking tighter here in the second half than they did in the first. There's a long one and a nice header try that time by Hyro, but it goes over the goal line for the goal kick. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet, being brought to you in part by the Best Western Wichita Hotel North at 53rd Street and I-135 near Park City, providing free Internet access and our superior customer service. It will ensure that we meet all of your needs and go beyond all your expectations. Have a group gathering or a meeting coming up? Contact us at 832-9387. 832-9387. The Best Wichita Western, Best Western North. And while that's going on, Ryan Sorocki had a shot on goal that went wide for a goal kick for the Grizzlies. And I'll bet he's wishing he had that one back, because he had a great opportunity that went by the boards. At center with it now is Ernesto, number 15. He's looking to dish it off and does. Sends it back to Roberts on a weak pass. You can't make weak passes against Bishop Carroll. They swarm. They're everywhere. Kind of like Chicken Man. You don't even know. But you know about Chicken Man? You know Chicken Man's slogan?
Yes.
No. You're too young to remember what Chicken Man is. Here's an opportunity. No. Usually comes out to get it. Chicken Man was a spoof of the old radio serials. And he was a superhero. And his trademark was a group of girls, when they would introduce him on the radio, they would say, "It's time for another outstanding adventure of Chicken Man." And the girls would all shout, "He's everywhere, he's everywhere." That's what I was referring to. And it was more like, "He's everywhere, he's everywhere." There's a shot by Corbin Howard. And
now with the concessions
wide of the goal and a goal kick for Northwest. That guy puts a foot on the ball. You know, anything is possible.
Popcorn and hot dogs. Now pass rush at the concession stand.
So it'll be a goal kick. Out it comes to center where Howard gets it right back. Now he feeds one in, but it's intercepted. Howard and Rhodes fighting for it. Looks like Bishop Carroll will come up on the winning end of that struggle. Sorotsky with it over there. He dishes it back now. And back up front it comes. Carroll with something going here. They got a build-up going. And this one's going to go harmlessly over the goal line for another goal kick for Wichita Northwest. This portion of today's webcast is brought to you in part by the Goal for Goal soccer camps, the most complete youth soccer camps offered in Wichita, with sites at both Cape and Mount Carmel and Wichita Northwest each summer. It's not too early to explore a camp for your child for the next summer. Check it out at www.goalforgoal.com. That's GOALFORGOAL, goalforgoal.com. Goal kick coming here for the Grizzlies, just inside 30 minutes now remaining, in half number 2. Corbin Howard again. Nice heel pass that time by the youngster. And a centering pass and a shot goes over the top of everything by Christian Treviso. And the Grizzlies dodge yet another bullet.
What grade is Corbin in?
I'm sorry?
What grade is Corbin in?
Unfortunately, I can't hear you through my headset, so I have to take it off. Say it again.
What grade is Corbin in?
Oh, Corbin is a senior.
Oh.
He is a senior. This is his 8th year of eligibility. Or it just seems like that. He's been around forever. He's a good player. I don't know what his plans are for college, but if he decides he wants to play in college, somebody's going to give him a good ride. Here's Rivas throwing it in now for the Grizzlies, and McRae Rhodes unable to control the chest trap. It'll come out and belong to Carroll.
Number 20, Darian came in.
Yes, Carroll. The Grizzlies made a substitution when we weren't paying attention, and that would be Darian Nunez. Number 20 came in. Josh, while I'm talking about that, there's a big save by Gonzalez on a blast. Like I said, Jose has kept us in the game. It goes all the way back to Husley. We're home again Thursday against West. And then we head across town to East High next Tuesday for an early afternoon start. Kickoff at 4 o'clock because of light issues. And we will bring you both ends of that doubleheader for as long as they play. of the throw in from the Grizzlies and headed back out by Carroll, and they control, at least for the moment. And over it comes over here on the near side. Oh, he blew right by Rivas. Did Carson Lee. Now up the side comes, and a pass is intercepted, but he gets it right back, and that's Howard. Howard tries to split two people, can't do it, but while he's recoiling from that, Dawson Lee comes back. Now he centers one, and it's cleared out by Rivas to the 25. Eagles control it. Howard again will center one. Now over to the far side it goes. In deep. Out comes Gonzalez. He picks it up. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution. And with 26:30 remaining, Grizzlies will get it back. And here, this is a wind-aided punt. I got to get that one a mile. That guy has a foot. Ernesto Ortiz, number 15 with it. He sends a long one across, intended for Philly Pinion. Pinion gets to it. Can't do much over there. He's going to have to dish it off. Passes it back. That gives Carroll a chance to regroup. Now Josh Benoit has it at the 40. He sends one forward. And Ernesto again with it. Passes one to Philly Pinion. Pinion has it taken off his foot, kicked out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Deep in Carroll territory. Grizzlies desperately needing to get on the board here. Trying to make something happen. And Carroll's going to sub a player in here. Caleb, I'll bet your eyes are better than mine, buddy.
Number 6.
Number 6 coming in?
Yep, I will make it.
That would be Aaron Valenciana. Well, that's a name, huh? Valenciana. Aaron Valenciana coming in for the first time. He is a junior defender for Bishop Carroll. Hyro with it. Gives it off to Arndt. Give and go back to Hyro. Now Ernesto steps in, takes the ball. Looking to dish it off. Finds Philly Pinion on the far side, but it's intercepted and sent back to center where Josh Benoit is there for Northwest. This one's going to go. It's going to stay in. Hyro corrals it near the touchline. Now it goes out of play, and it will be a throw in for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies trying to get something started here offensively. There's a blast that's intercepted by the defense. Now Blake Arndt goes down. He's fouled. It'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies. It'll come from 25 yards in front of the goal. Blake is still on the turf. I don't know if he's hurt or if he's just checking his socks. But he's still down. I don't think he's injured, though. Nunez has to go out of play off of him. He'll throw it in. And a nice one into Blake Arndt. Nope, intercepted on the way, but the idea was good. Blake Arndt was one-on-one with the guy. McRae sends it forward. Ernesto has it. He sends one over to Pinion. Pinion chipping one forward, and an easy play that time by goalkeeper Braden Huesler. And Bishop Carroll will have a goalkeeper distribution. If you just joined us, Bishop Carroll scored first in the first half, about midway through the first half, on a header by Corbin Howard. They led 1-0 at half, and then 4 minutes into the second half, Skylar Stuckey ripped a long one and banged it home off the arms of Jose Gonzalez. Here's Pinion with it, trying to thread through 3 guys, chasing his own ball. Now he centers one. There's a chance for Blake. He heads one, can't get it in. Loose ball in front. Blake with it, trying to split the defender. Shot, score! Blake Arndt puts it in, and it's 2-1.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Nice work.
Blake Arndt has tied the game. Did you see who got the assist, Caleb?
No, I don't know if there was an assist. It bounced around off
He picked up a loose ball to the right of the goal and just ripped it past Brady Usla to cut the deficit in half. And finally, Northwest is on the board here. Now we have something going on here, and I'm not sure what it is. The referees are conferring on the far side of the field. My guess is there's an equipment problem with one of the players. That's my guess.
Meanwhile, Blake is arguing with the fans.
I don't know what they're doing. Evidently, nothing's going to happen here. Now he's calling Blake over. I'm going to be a bit surprised if Blake's getting carded, for unsportsmanlike conduct. After the goal, Blake came along the near side and was showboating for the crowd. And that's not legal. And Coach Berbieska he's on the sideline wanting to know what's going on. But this card does not surprise me in the least. So Blake will have to sit out until there's a guaranteed substitution, and I did not see who came in for him.
Chris.
Who is it?
I believe it was Chris, I think.
We'll figure it out. In any case, Nunez, he centers one, but it's intercepted there by the defense. And new life for the Grizzlies, regardless. Faith Abdullah puts one up. And Navarrete, who came in for Blake Arndt, heads it out of bounds. So the throw-in comes in for Bishop Carroll. Grizzlies trail 2-1. Blake Arndt just got a goal to cut the deficit in half. 18 minutes into the second half.
And now it looks like he's coming back on.
Ernesto tried to get in there and waited for the ball to come to him, and someone stepped in front of him and picked his pocket there. Carroll regrouping on getting their offense set up. Now they send one wide. Here's an opportunity for the Eagles. Is that Stuckey again? It is. Grizzlies step up, though, and clear it. They can't clear it out, though. And Carroll controls. Now a chip wide for the Eagles. And that's Stuckey again, centering one. And coming out with the ball out of the pack is Faith Abdullah. And he tried to hit Ernesto, and Ernesto waited for the ball, and Carroll stepped right in front of it, and they'll do that every time. This one goes out of play. It belongs to the Blue Shirts. And Nunez will throw it in for Northwest. I'm laughing at some of the crowd down below. There's about 100 referees down in the audience today. All wearing green shirts, I might add. Carroll has it on the far side of the field, and now it goes out of play. It will belong to the Eagles on the throw-in. And it comes to Siratsky. Now centering pass to Dawson Lee. Lee will send it back to his defense, and they'll regroup. Now a long one forward, trying to get a breakaway. But Northwest was up to that. And back it's going to go to Gonzalez for a redistribution. Rivas was wide open over here, but he chose to send it up the middle instead. Bishop Carroll got it back. Goes out of play. They'll throw it in. Eagles complete the throw in now to Valenciana. And here's a centering pass, but a nice job to clear the ball away by the Grizzly defense. Now there's a long one by Lee. Over the top of everything, it'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Grizzly Soccer on the Internet is brought to you in part by the Insight Real Estate Group, experts in the sale of commercial real estate properties. Insight Real Estate Group cuts through the commercial clutter to bring attentive, skilled service to clients seeking broker-developer relationships that are both strategic and very personal. Contact Insight Real Estate Group at 618-1100 and check them out. Or go to their website at insittere.com today. Insight Real Estate Group. Ball at center. Control there by Lee for Northwest. And he chips a long one. Getting behind everybody is Carson Lee. Defense does a good job to get back. Give and go to Lee. A shot to score. That was a great goal. Christian Treviso on a give and go sent it right back to Carson Lee. And just like that, folks, it's 3-1. They've got their 2-goal lead back again.
Assisted by number 9, Christian Treviso.
You haven't seen my pen around, have you?
I know.
I've done something good. Have a spare. So goals by Corbin Howard, by Styler Stuckey, and now by who was that?
Carson.
Dawson Lee.
Or Carson.
Carson Lee. Carson Lee got 23 now, 13. Okay, I had to write that down because I knew I was going to forget it all. Oops. We have a stoppage of play here. Now throw-in coming from the Grizzlies into the penalty area where it's headed back out. But the blue shirts control, not for long though. Here comes Bishop Carroll back and a long, long pass. Oh, there. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on that one. Carson Lee on a crossing pass sends one in, still loose. Nunez clears it out. It will be a throw-in for Bishop Carroll. In it comes. And Gonzalez will have a goalkeeper distribution. So the Grizzlies have only 16 minutes to make up a 2-goal deficit. Certainly doable. Can't take anything away from Carson Lee's goal. That was beautiful. Hueslick will have a goalkeeper redistribution for the Golden Eagles. Pretty comfortable night now that the sun's gone down. Temperature in the low 80s. Of course, that's easy for us to say. We're sitting here in air conditioning. So, yeah, it's a real comfortable night for me.
Yes. Very, very comfortable.
Although we do have the windows. We had to open the windows because of the camera. Here's a pass to Lee, and he couldn't get a foot on it, or he'd have had another shot. Carson Lee still controlling it. Sends it out to Stuckey. Stuckey's blast is blocked by Byth. There's a long one, a knuckleball that goes right to Gonzalez. for an easy save, or he made the save look easy. That was a hard save because it was a knuckleball. And back out the center it comes. There's a centering pass by Arndt, but it's cleared out by the defense. Nunez comes forward. He sends one in deep. Cleared back out by Carroll. Rivas will take it in midfield. Rivas up to McRae Rhodes. Rhodes crossing one now over to Philly Pinion. He's unable to control it. And Bishop Carroll will come back with it. And there's another long one. They're doing a lot of dumping and chasing here in the second half. It's almost like they're trying to wear out the Grizzlies on these long runs. Ball at midfield. Controlled by Carroll. Foul called now. It's on Blake Arndt. And there'll be a free kick for the homestanding Golden Eagles here. They lead 3-1. Grizzlies' only goal scored by Blake.
That was nice.
And the fans were wanting a foul on that, did not get it. Coming into play today, Blake Arndt was leading scorer in the City League with, I believe, 3 goals and 4 assists. If I'm not mistaken, or is it 4 and 3, something like that. But whatever it was, he was leading the City League in City League games. They're only counting the City League games in that stat. So we congratulate him for that. He does have a goal tonight. So his numbers did go up. I don't know who else is in that mix, however. And I should, because Jackie Arndt posted it this morning. And I saw it on Facebook. I should have printed it off and stuck it in with my notes, and I didn't think of it. Shame on me. Lee sends it back to Sorotsky. Now there's a long crossing pass. That was intended for Carson Lee, but it was over his head, not a play. And so much for that. Back out to center it comes. Ernesto. Grizzlies see the ball go out of play. It'll belong to Bishop Carroll at midfield. They'll throw it in with 12 minutes remaining here in the second half. Centering play now. They bring the ball forward. Hayden Roberts to Ernesto. Back it comes to Baith Abdullah. He loses it. Here's a chance for, oh my gosh, the heel pass. Carson Lee with a shot that goes wide. And oh, did we dodge a bullet, folks. My goodness. Corbin Howard made a wonderful heel pass.
That was probably one of the
right to Carson Lee, and he ripped a blast just wide of the right post, and we're living right.
Yes.
Your phone die on you?
I don't know. It keeps shutting off. Oh, it's at 10.
You need to turn that sleep thing off. I leave my sleep thing off. If I want it off, I'll turn it off.
I think it's because it's at 10%.
Yeah, it's probably because you had it off. Oh, well. Hope you're enjoying the live broadcast wherever you are, folks. Thank you for joining us. Perfect? No, it is not perfect, but we are making great strides so far tonight. And looking forward, this is really the first full season for the boys on the internet, and having been handicapped, there's a knuckleball. Partially blocked. There's a shot and a save by Gonzalez. Good job by Jose off the foot of Brad Husley.
10 minutes.
So we appreciate your patience through all of this and hope that you've been able to enjoy soccer on the World Wide Web regardless. And it's only going to get better from here. And we couldn't do any of this without the fine sponsors who make this possible. And they make it possible through the Eric Profit Memorial Golf Tournament, which this year is scheduled for, I believe the date is July 11th, or is it July 9th? I forget which now. I should remember this, and I don't. It's the second Monday in July, I know that. And it's at Willow Bend again this year, Willow Bend Golf Club. Well, you can you'll be able to sign up to bring a team in or play individually soon. We're also taking sponsorships. We're going to be doing that soon, getting things ready for next year's Eric Profit Memorial Golf Tournament. And it's the sponsorships from that tournament that are the big funding mechanism for Grizzly soccer. Most of what you see at Eric Profit Stadium is not done with 259 money. In fact, just the opposite. Almost none of it is done with 259 money. It's all private fundraising. And these fine sponsors and you are the reasons that we're able to have what is arguably the best facility in the city of Wichita. We have what do we have here? We have a corner kick coming, looks like. No? What do we have? We have a foul coming? I have no idea what we have coming here. Something's happening. Oh, Bishop Carroll is subbing a player. That's right. I guess I should have looked at the bench. We have a substitution happening for Carroll, and they are going to get a corner kick here into the wind. We'll tell you what's happening here. That'll be Brad Hughesclick, who is going to be taking the corner.
Number 13 came up.
And the ball is chipped in the air, a header, and it's going to go wide to the right and be a goal kick for the Grizzlies, and we dodged another ball. This portion of today's webcast brought to you in part through the support of Cartridge Express at 7447 West 21st Street North. Bring in your used cartridge for trade-in. Get an extra 10% off our already low price. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 1 on Saturdays. Cartridge Express. Have a foul called here. And McRae Rhodes will restart things. Takes a long kick into the top of the penalty area. Grizzlies can't control it. It's kicked out. Now Benoit sends it back in. Still out of control. Nobody's really got a handle on this one. Now, Ira has it go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Bishop Carroll. Carroll still controlling. Out to center. Eagles being very patient. Now a foul called, and it'll be a free kick for the Grizzlies from near midfield. 6 minutes remaining. Second half. Grizzlies down 3-1. There's a long one. That's going to bounce all the way through and over the goal line where it will be a goal kick for Bishop Carroll. This portion of today's webcast brought to you in part by McCurdy Auction LLC, 12,041 East 13th Street, right at K96 Highway, where it's as good as sold. Give us a call, 316-683-0612, McCurdy Auction. Or you can check out the McCurdy Auction website for upcoming real estate and personal property auctions. Go to McCurdyAuction.com. Bishop Carroll with the throw in here. Time now a critical factor for the Grizzlies. They need to get the ball back and they need to do something with it. when they were pressing on offense, they forced the mistake that got them the goal. And they need to do that again. And right now they're not doing that. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say they're playing like they're tired. Nunez will give it to Harmon to throw in. Now Nunez will throw it in. And it looks like Harmon's going to sub out. Who subbed in for him over there?
That looks like Ernesto. Yeah, Ernesto.
It is Ernesto. So they're substituting offense for defense.
I think Darian dropped back to right back. So, yes.
Carroll with the ball. Now we need to get the ball back. Long push in, a shot, and a save by Gonzalez. Off the foot of Brad Muesli. We don't have a statistician tonight, so I don't know how many saves that Gonzalez has, but I'm willing to bet you he's got a dozen.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also willing to bet you that Muesli doesn't have any.
No.
We've had one chance to put the ball in the hole, and we made it good, but one chance is not going to win games. Offense has been a struggle for the Grizzlies so far this year. Tonight is no exception. And they are playing a very good defensive team in the Eagles. Well, they'll count that as a save. So much for that.
It was hardly.
And there may have been a couple of other of those that I just haven't paid attention to. No really good scoring chances for the Grizzlies except for the one that went in. I think we can say that. We're home on Thursday. And then we're on the air for a doubleheader next Tuesday. And hopefully we will continue to have good luck with the equipment and have some more of the graphic materials ready to go for you. Although, as long as the pictures are good, that's all I care about. As I've said before, this is not NBC. There's a long one, and Gonzalez comes out to pick it up. And he'll have a goalkeeper distribution with 2 minutes remaining. Blake bringing it up. Leaves one for Ernesto, but it's picked off. Back it comes with Bishop Carroll. Nunez kicks it out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Eagles. Pinion with it at midfield. Does a nice job of getting around Sorotsky. Now he leaves it over on the near side to Nunez. Working the ball upfield. Pinion. Now Rhodes. There's a long pass to Arndt and a nice job by Muesli to intercept it and corral it before the forward for the Grizzlies could get his head on the ball and put it in the hole. Nice job of goalkeeping that time by Braden Muesli. And a nice pass by Rhodes that time. And the fans, knowing what's about to happen, are starting to applaud. As we're inside a minute, they've got a 2-goal lead. And now we're going to have a corner kick for Carroll as Josh Benoit clears the ball out of danger and eliminates that shot from right in front of Gonzalez. Dawson Lee will head over to the corner. And first thing he has to do is corral the ball, and that's going to kill most of what's left of the game. In it comes. A header goes out of play, and that will do it. 5 seconds to go, and Carroll's going to win it. Final score, 3-1. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds to wrap this up. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys soccer.
Their varsity soccer team will be playing at North on Thursday. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Stay safe and safe your home and have a good night.
With Caleb Blaine, Kevin Arkin back at Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, where the Grizzlies tonight drop a 3-1 decision to the Golden Eagles in a City League contest that will now put the Golden Eagles in first place in the City League. A lot of soccer left to be played, though, so nothing to be concerned about with that. We'll give you the quick scoring recap here before we send everybody home, because I'm hungry.
Me too.
You had dinner.
Well, I see, I didn't finish it yet.
I have to talk to your mom about bringing me something. Goals scored tonight for Bishop Carroll by Corbin Howard, number 10, on a header. Beautiful goal. Skylar Stuckey hit a blast in with his left foot. And wrapping up the scoring, Carson Lee for Bishop Carroll. I know there was an assist to Piso in that flurry, and I don't know about the other assists. You can hear the players coming over and getting congratulated by their respective fans. Only goal for the night for the Grizzlies, unassisted by Blake Arndt on a pickup of some slop in front of the Bishop Carroll goal. Once again, we are at home Thursday against West, 5:50 and 7. Doubleheader, next webcast, doubleheader next Tuesday, beginning at 3:40 with the pregame show. 3:40 followed by the varsity kickoff at 4 o'clock. So if you're working next Tuesday afternoon, pick us up right here on the World Wide Web and watch and or listen to the game live on the internet. We're going to wrap it up from here. Caleb, thank you again for your great camera work, and we're going to have to find a way to get some more commentary out of you, young man.
Okay.
Okay, I understand. Folks, he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
Okay, and he does a great job. I'm sure glad he's doing it. So.
Me too.
For Caleb, I'm Kevin Arkin again. Thank you for joining us. We'll say goodnight from Bishop Carroll Family Stadium, where the Grizzlies fall 3-1 to the Golden Eagles. Until next time, have a great evening. Okay, we let it run for a minute. And then we will click that. Stop. Yes.